darlings, I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Here are your weekly spirit messages for you. I'm starting with Capricorn today for the weekly message. I'm going to do something a little different. I think I've done it before for Scorpio for a weekly reading, but I'm going to pull some different cards. I'm going to do an animal spirit message card. Then I'm going to do three of my animal totem tarot for you. And then I'm going to pull a guiding light oracle for what has come out so far. And then we're going to finish with an affirmator as well. So 6 cards, 6 for harmony, harmony in the situation that you're in, harmony for your peace of mind of where you are right now, my darlings, and harmony to be in an harmonious vibration with the universe. So, if this reading resonates, it's for you. It's for you within your divine timing to hear it. It's within your divine design. If it does resonate, or I resonate as a reader, thank you so, so much for liking this video. Thank you for all your wonderful, wonderful comments. Thank you for those of you who have subscribed to this channel, and for those of you who have become members of this channel. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it all. Thank you, my darlings. And my gift back to you, which you may know, is that I offer pay what you can readings, 30-minute online pay what you can readings, and the details and the link are in the description box below. So let's move forward with Capricorn. We are starting with Capricorn today, and let's see first of all what your animal spirit guide. Well, it's the one that's wanted to come out. We have the seagull. Now is time for deep emotional healing. The thing about the seagull is that it is a bird that a lot of, we kind of get annoyed with seagulls, don't we? Get irritated with seagulls. You know, in the UK, it's sort of the fish and chips. You've got your fish and chips, you're by the seaside, and the seagull wants to come. But they're really, I find them fascinating. And my youngest son, when he was younger, used to think they were like ninja warriors, the way they moved around, and they used to make him laugh. So there is what Spirit is telling me within this. It is time for deep emotional healing for you if this is resonating with you, but try within that healing space to laugh at what is happening. Because, you know, when we laugh, it is an extraordinary way of raising whatever vibration we're in to a higher vibration. So try and find some things to laugh about, or perhaps smile or laugh about maybe the situation you're in, with a sort of amusement and an understanding that perhaps you may not know quite what's happening at the moment, but there is something happening. And now is the time for deep emotional healing for you. So this is the time to dive deep into things. This is the time to go seeking, to go searching for the answers as well, perhaps to make a little bit of a noise about it as well. And perhaps around you as well, there are those that you are maybe finding a little bit is too much sort of, how do I say this, Spirit, too much of an impact on your senses at this time, and you're being asked to separate yourself from that energy because you can't heal in the place where you were hurt, perhaps, but also just this is a time of solitude as well for you. And it is in the silence that we can receive the answers as well. So that's the seagull that's come out for you as the main message from the animal spirit guides. Let's have a look to see a little bit more on this for you with 3 tarot cards. Thank you, Spirit. There's the first one that's come out. We have got the Ace of Swords has come out for you. Thank you, Spirit. And the next card is the Fool. And the last card is, there's too many, just one, please, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. We have got the Judgment card has come out for you as well. So what I am feeling for you, my darlings, and I am actually going to take the card on the bottom of the deck as well, because I always like to see that as the overriding energy. And this is the 7 of Pentacles. Spirit is asking you to have just a little more patience, with yourself, a little more patience with the situation. Perhaps something is feeling just out of your reach at this time. It's not quite there. It's not quite easy enough. And it is to say to you that everything is within your divine design. Everything is, and you have already within your divine design created within your life things that you can look at and appreciate. So take a moment to sit in a place of appreciation and to perhaps come away from what is distressing you, causing you to rise up in anger, to feel frustration, to want to react to. Ignore those energies for this moment and just stare at, be absorbed by, think about things that in your life that you have created and manifested that mean something to you, that you can see are growing in your life. And it is to also say that in doing that, you're seeing the signs of what is change for you. And change is always for your greatest good. So in seeing the signs, you're then appreciative of where you are now with the understanding that it's all evolving for you. That's the kind of overall message of the Seven of Pentacles. So in terms of the deep emotional healing that's happening for you, you've got the Ace of Swords that's come out with the Panda. So Spirit is saying, and aces are wonderful because they are that divine answer. Yes, you will receive the answers that you have been seeking. Seek and ye shall find. Ask and the door shall be opened for you. So the Panda is considered to be that lovely, comforting, cuddly, gorgeous creature that we love to sort of watch the videos of. And because for me, with the Panda being black and white here, it is to express to you, to explain to you that there is extraordinary clarity in the contrast of the situation wherever you are right now in your life. And just to take this time out, it's time for deep emotional healing. It's time to sit and chew on it. You know that, what's that expression? To chew on it, to mull it over, to not. And perhaps this is the bamboo. So the first year it sleeps, the second year it creeps, the third year it leaps. In the maturity of this situation, in the growing changes of this situation, to sit and mull over without any strong opinions about what is happening for you right now, to sit in that place, because this is a sudden insight of clarity coming through for you, and it is for your greatest good. It is for your harmony. It is for your what's the word, Spirit? It's for your faith for the future, that kind of unwavering faith, that sort of resolution within yourself that all will be well. And so if you take the time out for yourself, then the universe will answer, because this is all about your self-love. And then it allows you, my darling, to take a leap, to enter in some form of new cycle within your current situation. But it's a leap in energy I'm feeling. It's a leap from one place to another that you're going to feel. And that leap is because you've let go of, you've released perhaps energy that's been weighing you down, something that's been weighing you down within your mind. And like the little grasshopper, you're going to take a huge leap within this space that you are, a huge leap, a huge advancement of movement of energy, which is bringing you into this new cycle. And I kind of feel, because the sort of the bag which you're carrying with you, you sort of thrown over this log, whatever's in this bag, my darling, it's everything that you need. So you've sort of, oh my goodness, like my pigeons are I've just put a load of food out, so they were all saying that it's my food. So whatever you've needed, you've sort of put out in front of you energetically. You sort of said, this is what I need, this is what I'm going to take with me. And then you've sort of followed through with it. So it's that sort of following through with the energy. So make a decision, make a resolution, and follow through with it. Make a resolution to yourself that in seeking the answers will be given to you in your divine design. It's going to allow you to enter into a new cycle with this. And it is the same situation, but it's a different feel to it. And then you've got the wonderful Judgment card. And I feel for this card, there are some surprises and delights for you. There is a sort of unpacking of, an unveiling of certain gifts for you that are going to come after this new cycle. And it is something that is of value to you. It is something that is authentic for you. And it is something because you have released the judgment hold that you may have on this situation. So in releasing of it, there is a delivery for you. There is, within the law of cause and effect, perhaps, which is, you know, the law of karma, good or bad karma, however we want to call it. But whatever you're refraining from doing and taking responsibility for, and deciding that it's your responsibility to do that deep emotional healing within yourself, you then receive all forms of a response energy coming back to you from the universe, my darling. And, you know, the Judgment card is to have a new sense of insight into a situation that is without a judgment, let's put it this way. It's a kind of realization, it's a ha-ha moment when something that we have been involved with has not been, let's say, comfortable for us or pleasing for us, but we suddenly come to that aha moment. We sometimes suddenly come to that realization, and it gives us a new sense of insight and a new sense of purpose. And so you've got lots of this coming to you, being given to you by the universe, because you, angel, decided to take a hop, skip, leap and a jump towards it. And that's your energy, that's the movement of it. And it's because you've taken time out. You've taken time out to do some deep emotional healing. To perhaps not talk about it so much, but to actually engage in the exercise of doing it. And that's the biggest form of self-love for yourself. So let's have a look at the Guiding Light Oracle for you. Thank you, Spirit. What message from the Guiding Light Oracle? So we have: align with your wholeness. You are not your illness, symptoms, or habits. You, the person, are always whole and perfect. You are not your illness, symptoms, or habits. So in this place, my darling, in that disconnect from that identity of who we are, who we've always thought we were, but actually in the connection with our intuition, our inner learning, the source energy within us, the stillness within us, the spark within us, the universe within us, God within us, the gift of divinity within us, whatever you wish to call it, you align with your wholeness, and you come into a space of having a different concept, a different understanding, and understanding also that everybody is perfectly imperfect. Everybody is exactly as they are intended to be within any given moment as well. And you are not this illness, you are not this symptoms, and you're not this habit. This is something that has been a conditioned form of behavior that has been created by the identity of yourself in order to respond to life, to react to life from a very, very early age. It is something that we form as a way, it's a coping mechanism, it's a way of dealing with life, it's a way of perhaps sometimes in some situations protecting ourselves, it's a way that we've been trained perhaps in an earlier life by the emotional structure around us. So it is to understand that that is not who we really are. And I feel with this reading here that you're coming into that sense, because you've got this Judgment card as a wonderful sort of outcome for you. So let's have a look to see the affirmations for you. Thank you for Capricorn. Sanctuary has come out. So really important, this card for you. This is your sanctuary. This is your sanctuary. And with the seagull, come away from the noise. Perhaps do a little bit of laughing, loud laughing, squawking laughing about it, but come away from that space and give yourself a space. Sanctuary, good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip, or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath, or a normal sized trip to a tiny bubble bath, or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. See, they're trying to make you laugh. Whatever it is waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved. So a lot to do with water and sinking into your emotions. Time for deep emotional healing. Run that bath if you have a bath. Put in some beautiful healing salts. Put in some lovely smells. Put on some gorgeous music that you can sense and really connect with. And you know what, as you are sitting there in a place of having no strong opinions about this, but allowing whatever's to happen, imagine the bath as that wonderful healing sanctuary for you. And when you pull that bath plug out, all of what you've been releasing will go wash away with down the plug hole. And it's a wonderful visualization that works so beautifully, my darling. So there we are. That's your reading for this week. I trust that this has helped with those that have resonated with it. And I look forward to doing another one for you next week. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye. Libra, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly reading. I am going to start by pulling you an animal spirit guide for you before we move into a little bit of the tarot. Thank you. What wishes to come? Oh, that's interesting. We've got the seagull again, but I am also going to take what falls on top. Oh, we've got the Hawaiian owl has come out. So this is the same message for Capricorn. It's time for deep emotional healing. It's time to perhaps remove yourself from the noise of life that is happening. Perhaps smile a little bit at the antics of what is happening, because seagulls do make us smile when we can get over our crossness at them, and just focus on immersing yourself right now in what you recognize needs to be released and healed from you. And you've, alongside of it, you've got the Puyo, the Hawaiian owl. Isn't he gorgeous? Let's have a look here. So your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them. This is important to say this is ancestral spirit guides. So these are those that have come before you within your family line, your DNA line. And these are those that have gone through similar experiences to what you are going through now. And with the beautiful hindsight, foresight, as a spirit, as a soul now ascended, they're here to offer you very valuable assistance at this time. So and it's to have with the owl here, to help you have a wider perception of the situation, to help you have that keen insight, to have that foresight as well. So pay close attention to signs and omens from them. And omen isn't a bad word, my darling. Omen is simply to say that, to have that foresight, to perceive what is occurring for yourself, and the signs as well. Pay close attention to the signs. I do feel, because it's obviously the owl is a bird here, that you may receive and you may see a lot of different birds of a feather flocking together. You may, I don't know where that expression came through, but you may see a lot of birds, and birds are absolutely extraordinary messages from spirit for us. So, and you have the seagull as well. So let's have a look to see what wishes to come out for you from the animal totem cards. Thank you for Libra. Thank you. The first card, please. Oh, too many cards. Thank you. Just one card, please. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, there we go. So we've got the Empress has come out. Alongside of that, we have got the Knight of Cups, and we have also got the Tower. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. So what I'm feeling with this, my darling, is that with the Empress card here, the Empress is a very powerful card. And this is also a card I feel to say about your ancestral sacred guides are here to help you at this time, because the Empress is all about the nurturing growth and the creation and the beginnings of your manifestation. It's kind of coming into a sort of very strong feminine energy. It's sort of like girl power, okay? And it's also, though, about understanding, about not making big, massive changes for yourself. It's about the slow, steady, nurturing growth that's happening in a very relaxed way, understanding that you have everything that you need in your divine design right now. And also understanding she's sort of lying there looking as well. It's to understand that something still needs nurturing. And I feel that that is this deep emotional healing within yourself too. And it may be because of the ancestral guides that are around you, something to do with the feminine line within your family. Perhaps there is issues with that feminine line. It could be the mother, it could be your mother, it could be the grandmother, but whatever it is, something needs nurturing, something needs healing here. And it is important, it is of matter. And matter means in Latin mother. So it is important at the moment that something needs nurturing, something needs to grow just a little bit more, but for you to be ready to receive it, for you to understand within your sacred space and within your divine design, you are actually ready to receive it. You have all of the tools. You are all four queens together, and you have all of the tools now in order to receive what it is that you are effectively anticipating and waiting for. You have the Knight of Cups, and I feel this is what you are kind of waiting for with an energy that's coming forward. And the Knight of Cups energy, my darling, is, I mean, this is for me, I feel, is like an albatross. And this is not necessarily energy of another, but it is energy of love coming towards you in all different forms. Because the albatross, did you know that there is an albatross that's the oldest bird in the world, and it's actually called Wisdom, and I think it's something like 70 years old. And you know, the albatross has many different symbolisms, and one of them is, you know, we have that expression about the albatross around the neck. It could be a good omen or a bad omen, but I feel with this, because this albatross is coming into land as the Knight of Cups, there is a good emotional omen coming towards you. There is a good visual sign of what is ahead for you, my darling. And it is something that I mean, there's a bit of a fanfare here with this Knight of Cups arrival, this movement of love that's coming towards you. And with this albatross, it is to say that there isn't, you see, when the albatross is flying, its huge wingspan, it doesn't need to do a great deal to navigate the winds of change. I think it can go miles and miles and miles and miles without actually doing any movement within its wingspan, because of the way it's designed. So it is to say there isn't a great deal that you need to do right now with the change that's happening, other than to be relaxed about what is coming in. And there is something coming in with a loving emotion for you, my darling. This is a loving emotion for you. At the time, you might not see it because the cup has fallen over, but it is perfect for you, and it is to help you almost release what you've been carrying around as a weight, like that albatross around your neck sort of expression. I don't know what the expression is, but it is that. It's about releasing this weight that you've been carrying around within yourself. And you have got, but this is a wonderful energy, you've got the Tower, and then you've got this horse. So what is happening for you is a complete change of your energetic structure. Whatever energetic structure that you have been within, whether your family, your friends, however this is resonating with you within a relationship, it's been a certain way for a long time, and you've outgrown it. It's become an old structure for you. You've outgrown it. You've expanded beyond it. So naturally, there is change that's happening in your life. This is represented by the storm here. Along with clarity, there is change and clarity that's coming in to dissolve and disintegrate this structure in order for you to feel free to run, to explore, to have the freedom to do things just because you feel like doing it. I trust that makes sense for you, because within this ant community, there is a certain sort of, the ants are incredibly strong, and they do things for their community the whole time without even thinking. And I feel that this is what is the message from Spirit. You've been doing things so long without thinking about perhaps why you're doing them, how much you're helping, without any form of recognition that's coming back to you. And is it something actually you really do desire and want to do? Or do you want to do something completely different? Because this is the way your energy is going. And this is the sort of more masculine energy. You've got the feminine on one side and the masculine on the other. And with this Eight of Wands, your energy is moving very fast now with a conscious thoughts within you about what it is that you would like to do. What is it that you would like to achieve? It's a sort of, it's logic combined with a sense of play as well, I'm feeling. And where attention is going, energy is flowing. And this is a very powerful reading for you. But it's very necessary for this to happen. So whatever is happening now, be relaxed about it. It is all love. It's all to do with love. It's the movement of love for you. You're coming out as the Empress. It's a very powerful position to be in. You're also ready. Be relaxed. Receive what is happening with the change. Listen to your ancestor spirit guides. Look for them as well. And just trust that this is a releasing of what was quite rigid, stuck energy that you were conforming to rather than expanding from. And let's see what the card for the affirmation deck is for you. Oh, no, sorry, my darlings. Let's see, first of all, what the Guiding Light Oracle has for you for Libra. Thank you for this reading. Yeah, this is soul searching has come out. It's time to go within and uncover your true feelings. So there is a lot of subconscious feeling that is being put out there to the universe. And this is an aspect of this. So think about the words freedom, to have free realm to do something, to not feel that you have to do this all the time, because that's what you've always done. So you've been subconsciously soul searching, and the soul's been giving you the answers. Your soul's been giving you the answers. It's coming through in your intuition. But it's time now to go within, and it's an aspect of this deep emotional healing, and your guides are helping you to go within and uncover your true feelings. And that's very difficult to do. Only you can do that in your own space and own time by setting the intention that that's what you desire to do. And to trust that the universe will give you the answers when it is the appropriate, the divine design time for you to receive them. But the soul searching with number 44, and 4 is all about stability. So there is an instability at this time. In order for there to be a double aspect of stability with 44, a kind of really strong open stability for you moving forward. Let's have a look to see. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the affirmation deck. Oh my goodness. Well, look at that. Personal growth has come out for you, and you've got here the frog. So this is that lovely old unicycle, isn't it? As I move towards greater consciousness, I feel old habits and thoughts fall away. Like training wheels on a bike, they help me get to where I am. But now that I can ride, I don't need those slow and crummy wheels, except when I'm making bike analogies. So you're ready now. And this is an aspect of what needs to be released from you, the fact that perhaps within this conditioning and this program, you haven't felt you were ready. But this is why life is changing for you. You may be being presented with a few surprises at this time, and a few opportunities and a few offers at this time that is asking you to look at something new, to think about something new without that weight of feeling, oh, I don't know if I can do that. And just to release that and say, you know what, I'm actually going to give my attention and energy towards it, because I can feel and sense that things are changing for me. And yes, those old habits and thoughts are falling away, and it takes great talent and skill to do this. And the frog is about you taking a little bit of a leap of faith that you can do something slightly different. Something slightly different, my darling. So whatever this Knight of Cups energy is coming towards you, it's coming with love from the universe. It's coming in with a bit of a splash, a bit of an arrival, and welcome it. welcome it in, my darling, because you are ready. So there we are. I trust that has helped those who resonated with this reading. I look forward to doing another reading for you next week. In the meantime, have the rest of a gorgeous weekend, my darlings. Take care. Bye-bye. Scorpio, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly reading. I am going to pull for you, first of all, one of the animal spirit guides to see what wishes to come out for you. Thank you, Spirit, for Scorpio. For those that most need to hear the message, ooh, the shark has come out. I always think the peaceful warrior. The shark. Trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. I feel that there may be a lot of, there is a lot of misunderstandings, aren't there, about sharks? And a lot of these are starting to come to the surface. Excuse the pun, but that's what Spirit gave me. And a lot of people have a great affinity with the shark, and a lot of those misconceptions are now being made aware to people. They're sort of coming again to the surface. So I feel that's one of the messages here, that, you know, it says to trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. Now, the shark is a peaceful warrior. So I feel within you that, and that's the message that came through for me, that there is within the conflict of the situation, there is within you, of course there is, this desire for peace, this desire to have a resolution of some form. The shark stirs things up quite a bit in the movements of its journey, especially when it is on the hunt, put it that way. So I'm being shown the shark's fin moving in the water to say that if you are doing anything that is a reactionary response to something, then you're going to stir up a lot more emotions within the situation. But if you were to do that movement that isn't a sudden movement that the shark does, you know, when they suddenly do that and the water goes like, their tail goes like that, but just that lovely movement that they do, then there is a rhythm to it. So trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation, discernment, to be aware, to make a judgment, and not really even a judgment. It's more of a call to action that comes from an understanding. Thank you, Spirit, because we're not here to judge. We're here to be, in effect, non-judgmental, but seek to understand, to stand in a place of truth, having looked at the underside of it as well. And you can fight within this situation. You can be a peaceful warrior within this situation, but try not to get anything more out of it than you actually need. That's another message coming through. Try not to get anything more, any response more than you actually do need. So let's have a look to see, my darlings, what the tarot wants to say. 3 cards, please, tarot. Thank you. 1. Wheel of Fortune. Eight of Pentacles. Thank you. 1 more. 5 of Cups. And we have the 6 of Cups has come out. So this is definitely, because this is a lot of water in this card with the 5 of Cups, the 6 of Cups and the shark. This is definitely a matter of the heart for you. And it's definitely a relationship, my darling, because when you have all these gorgeous otters here, it could be a family relationship for you. It could be a sibling, it could be a love relationship, it could be a relationship, whatever relationship it is, you're very emotionally connected to it. And the energy actually within this card here is, I feel that everybody's looking to you to, do you see this? This is a sort of subconscious. Everybody's looking to you to see what your next move is going to be. And what I'm feeling with this is there is a reticence within you to kind of stand up and be noticed about this, because there is a concern that you might approach this the wrong way. That's the shark energy again. So it's about being, if you can embody the energy of being the peaceful warrior within this situation, you're not here to attack. You're not here, as in, you're not here to react. You know that you do not want to react in this situation because it's going to cause a lot of water movement, energy and motion movement, and it's going to stir things up a bit. And there is an expectation of you resolving the situation. But there's also, and this is on a soul level, there's also an understanding that tomorrow is another day, that this too shall pass. There's a lot of love in this relationship or relationships. There is a lot of love here. There is a lot of joy here as well. And each and every within this situation, this could just be one person as well, my darling, but I'm just picking up on the energies of this card. There is a lot of teaching that's going on. There's a lot of learning that's going on. And I feel, because the shark is so intelligent, well, I don't know why I said it like that, but anyway, the shark is so intelligent that you are and you continue to be both very articulate and also be able to get right to the point. But you've got a deep understanding of this, but it's more than intelligence. It's infinite intelligence. It's that wisdom. It's that wise, intellectual, spiritual downloads of matter. And matter is mother in Latin. So there is something here that is of nurturing growth. That's the overriding energy I'm getting. What I'm feeling with these three cards, you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Eight of Pentacles, and you have the Five of Cups. Will you let Spirit, will you let the universe think about the shark, think about no sudden movements, think about not taking more than you need. I know there's an expectation of you to resolve something and do something. Maybe an aspect of that is the expectation on yourself. But will you just pause for a minute or two? Because luck is on your side, whether you want to call it luck, but it's not luck. It's you. It's incidences happening, co-creating instances happening within your divine design. That's the ladybug. It's that sudden appearance of something is going to happen for you, for everyone involved, maybe you and one other in this situation, that is according to divine law, Torah, that is part of your path. And it's part of this Wheel of Fortune, the rotor. And it's to do with love. And it's to do with teaching as well. And it's going to land. And it's got, if it happened too soon, I'm receiving this message because of the grapes. If it happened too soon, it would be sour, okay? It wouldn't be ripe and ready, but it's going to happen when it's perfect. And there is a sweetness of a moment for you. And it's greater than you can imagine. So the universe is saying, just hang on just a second, okay? Just give the universe a moment or two, your soul co-creating with the universe, a moment or two for something beautiful, serendipitous, synchronized, coincidental, whatever you want to call it, to happen to help resolve this. But if you were to go in like the shark and muddy it up, then you're not going to be able to see. It's not going to be the same outcome for you. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles. There is within this Eight of Pentacles, and I come back to this expectation of you at the moment. This goat is the only goat that can sort of traverse up this steep mountain, and everybody is always in awe of what this goat can do. And I feel with this that you're being asked to do a little bit of work on yourself at this time, to understand perhaps what your intuitive nature is as opposed to your instinctive nature as well. That whatever that intuitive nature is within you, and your I'm getting this flair of dramatics, but in a really lovely way. It's like being standing up and being noticed. You have a wonderful way of sort of expressing things with lots of arms and stuff. So there is that flair of being dramatic, but in a really lovely, engaging way, just like people would want to watch this. This is the first steps, the first stages of a change to a higher vibration, to a resolution of this matter for you. And it takes a sort of nimbleness and a sort of dexterity and a determination to make little jumps. This goat can't go from here to here in one great big jump. So Spirit is saying bit by bit, but be observant of, trust that it's all unfolding according to divine law for your greatest good, for your greatest happiness, and for those that you are listening to this reading for. But if you were to try and control this, if you had your hands on this wheel, that ladybird wouldn't arrive. You'd be too scared, put it that way. So it's about sort of just literally taking your hands away and go, okay, I'm handing this over, and trusting that it's not so much here is where you want to get to, but it is this that is important. It's the small leaps, the pause, the understanding, the breath, taking a breath, the observation of what is happening, and the next stage. And each and every one of these is a very important part of getting to here. But you're not recognizing that within yourself. But this also makes you strong. And I feel everybody's sort of reliant on you for something. And there is an aspect of you that is rising up to the challenge, but at the same time, you're not quite sure whether you can do this or not. And you can. Spirit is saying you can. And then you've got this 5 of Cups energy. So I'm sort of feeling here, because he's swimming away. Now, this is a beaver. Beavers are the emotional, or they're the architects of the animal kingdom, okay? So they can change the water by building their dams. They can change the flow and direction. We are the architects of our kingdom. Simply by blockages or releasing, we can change the emotional flow in our lives. So come away from feeling that this has no further outcome or resolution, because it does. There is a flow to it. Come away from thinking back at what you might have done differently, and look forward to what you will do differently, with the understanding of what has happened when you have done things another way, and perhaps you've been shown to do things differently now. So it's given you that lesson. Now 5, my darling, means change. 5 means change. And you may be feeling a sense of disappointment. You may be feeling a sense of loss at the moment, but there is change happening. And there is an opportunity here with these 2 cups here of something that is fulfilling for both parties, more than one party involved. But it is to come away emotionally from this situation. You have to come away from it emotionally. You can't shift your mindset if you remain in this space. And it is to come away and to say, everything's happened, it's meant to have happened. What can I do to affect a positive change in the future? Just looking forward, my darling, not looking back, because sitting in that place of disappointment and loss is only going to bring more of the same. You're creating an emotional block for yourself. So move forward now and understand that there is an opportunity. This is the other card, and I will give you a little extra card. There is an opportunity here with this Page of Wands for something. You see, this is the So ones are about an idea or an inspiration, something that's given to you, something that you bring forth from yourself. But it is, again, the start of something. Maybe this is another form of this ladybug, this ladybird coming in. And there is a little smile on this little, is it a chameleon, on this little lizard's face? And there is a sign. So you are this red. It is, so there is something sacred to this situation that is going to come in the form of an inspired idea or something that's suggested to you, something that's creating action and movement from it. And it's a game changer. Like this lizard would change color. It sort of changes the mood of the situation. And if you're hanging around here, you're not going to see it here. So you've got to swim away. You've got to move away from the situation at this time. Let's see what the Guiding Light Oracle says for you. You are worthy. It's time to stop feeling unworthy, unloved, and undeserving. Those energies, and we all feel them. We all feel them, darling. They're such self-destructing energies, aren't they? That's this space here. You are loved. You are deserving. You're an integral part of something. You're an integral part of a family or of a community. You are the peaceful warrior. You are the peaceful protector. You are perhaps very misunderstood. But they're saying it's time to stop feeling this. It's time to know your worth. How do we get to know our worth, my darlings? We get to only know when we stop literally thrashing about in the feelings of why did this happen and why did that happen and why am I doing this and why am I doing that? Oh my goodness. It's the calm. It's the calm. We get to know our worth when we stop trying to create movement. We stop trying, and I'm not talking about creative movement, because being in a creative space, a mind space, has no space for fear. Creation, inspired creation, is a form that's taken in our mind, that comes from our superconscious, and there is no room for fear there. But the mind is an incredible piece of kit, but for the most part it attacks itself, doesn't it? It attacks us. So no, they're just words. They're not who you are. They're just words that you've told yourself for a long time, and you've almost come to believe it, that this is who you are. But now it's coming to light, as I said at the beginning of the video, that sharks, having been misunderstood for a long, long time, people are beginning to understand what the shark is all about. And so many of us, having misunderstood ourselves for so long, are beginning to wake up and understand who we are and what we intend to do about it. It's to live life without fear. It's to live life with a freedom. Think about that word freedom, having a free realm to do what we feel we lean towards, without worrying about what might happen. You know, as I say, replace the what if with what if. That's just a little minor shift in energy that changes everything. It changes everything, my darling. And you are worthy. 6 is harmony, my darling. 3 is growth. This is all happening for you at this time, for your growth, so that you come into more of a harmonious vibration with the universe. You align with your wholeness and all of its perfect imperfections. Let's see what your affirmation is. Thank you. Affirmation for Scorpio for this reading, please. Thank you. These are very funny and I like these cards. You've got impermanent, new word, Spirit, impermanence. Okay, nothing is permanent. Okay, everything is always changing, always evolving. I say that, don't I? It's a wonderful thing to recognize that there's nothing for us to hold on to if it's always changing. The picture is always changing. And look, here is the sea in this card with the paper boat and the waves. Life is always changing, and I drift easily through these changes, good or bad. Okay, you're just doing that little movement through. As I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. And we all have equal opportunity to experience both, and we should, both the ups and the downs in life. There's meant to be ups and downs, because, and you have to have one. You can't have one without the other. Peak of the wave, the trough of the wave, you have to have the ups and downs in life. And I feel that for the most part, our disappointment and our sadness and our frustration comes from our concept that we should be permanently happy. Permanent happiness is, or the feeling of not being affected so much, being at peace with, that comes through the understanding of who we are and the connection to ourselves. My little doggy there. Back with me. Sorry about that. I had a delivery of oracle cards, actually, I should be using next week. So it's not about permanent happiness per se. It's about the acceptance, the radical acceptance of the ups and downs, the radical acceptance that everything is evolving just how it is intended for us. And that, and so many other things along those lines, but that encourages us, when we are connected with that understanding, to feel peace. And real peace is real joy, is real happiness. It comes from within us. So there are changes for your life right now. You may feel as if you're facing a storm and you're this little paper boat. But actually, trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. Don't rely on external influences, I'm getting at this time. Trust what you immediately are receiving. It tends to be right. The first thing that comes through, that is coming through when you are in that quiet space of your emotions, not rushing around, but just quiet space, that first thing that comes through, unfiltered, unblocked thought, tends to be true. Now, it can be, I'm beginning of the words, a bit salty. It can be quite hard to receive, but stick with it. Stick with it, because it's going to help you, my darling. And it's time. And when Spirit says it's time, it's time. And you will be encouraged through your own resolution to recognize it's time to stop feeling unworthy, unloved, and undeserving. And you'll also be given experiences to show you that as well. So this is the wheel of fortune. But life is always changing. Life is always changing. And when we accept that, and that there is nothing to hold on to, that's when the fun ride begins. That's when it begins. But you've got this, darling. You've got this. I trust that that has helped those that have resonated with this reading. It's gone a little bit longer than I thought, but it was important. I look forward to doing another reading for you next weekend. And in the meantime, my darlings, have a rest of a gorgeous Saturday and Sunday. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye. Pisces, my darlings, welcome to your weekly reading. I'm going to pull for you, first of all, the animal spirit card for you to see what wishes to come out. Thank you for Pisces. What do we have? Chimpanzee. Ooh. Chimpanzee, use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your question. I feel there may be a little bit of it's a combination of both impatience and excitement with you at this time, about what you're wishing to play at, what you're being creative about, what you're sort of enjoying in your life. And Spirit is asking you to use both your intuition and, underlined, your intellect. So intellect is your knowledge. What is it that you've learned in your life that perhaps you're not bringing to this situation just yet, or you now is coming to, it's the law of preparation. It's now to prepare you for what it is that you are planning for your future, and to use your intuition, to use your inner learning, to use your wisdom, my darling, those wise intellectual downloads, spiritual downloads of matter, something of importance for you at this time to solve the problem or to get answers to your question. And it's a big question that you have. And you may feel that you're not ready for this, but you are, okay? You are ready for this. Let's see what the tarot has to say for you. Thank you. I'm sorry if my internet then was a little bit unstable. We have got the Hermit. It's a good card for you, my darling. We have got the Four of Swords. And we have got one other card, please. Thank you, with regards to this situation. One card, please. We have got the Three of Swords and we have the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so rather than, okay, so there's an awful lot, you have a huge amount of energy about you at this time, a lot of energy about you. And alongside of that, as I said, there's also a lot of sort of wondering how to do something. So the Emperor is to say that you are in an amazing position, my darling, to bring order out of disorder at this time. You have to take a stance, like the Emperor's taking a stance here. You have to kind of energetically take a stance on a situation, to create a space for the universe to bring in order out of disorder. So if you're in the same space, the same things are going to happen energetically. But if you create a space by taking another stance and looking to hold the space of the situation in a protective manner, with not rushing forward necessarily, but trusting that you have all that you need now. You have all that you need, both your intellect, your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience, your protective nature, your stance, everything you need now to receive answers with this situation and to affect a positive change. But if you rush forward, you could upset the apple cart with this. And you have a very good vantage point, okay? Your sight, your foresight is very good. So trust in what you are seeing at this time and intuitively picking up as well. So you have, my darling, been in a hermit mode. Now, to be in a hermit mode is to give yourself wise counsel, is to give yourself wise teaching, is to take time out from your life, is to take a moment or two to understand things as well. It is to distance yourself perhaps from energies that were disruptive for yourself, but it's always encouraged at the right time within your divine design by the universe. And you've got, I think this is the little praying mantis. So there might have been a relationship you had where you have moved away from that relationship. You know, the praying mantis bites the head off its mate. So I feel that there has been a situation, because you've got the Four of Swords and the Three of Swords, where you have come away from a relationship that has ended. And you have, through this time, and you've got this very delicate balance of this orb here between its antennas, you can feel now a shift and change in energy. You can feel a lightness of being. You are sensing a huge aspect of a spiritual understanding of things that's come through this Hermit card. The Four of Swords in the middle of the deck is to say, and this is why it comes back to the chimpanzee here, too much jumping around, Okay, too much, doing too much of one thing and not thinking about it, but not thinking about it in an erratic way, but considering it, using what you've learned so far, and using spiritual intelligence, divine source intelligence, infinite intelligence, your wisdom as well in this situation, is a much better place for you to be, because the Four of Swords says, although you may be feeling very energetically wishing and desiring to progress, there is still an aspect of healing that is going on for you. And it is necessary and wise for you to conserve some of your energy, to devote some of your time to seeking this truth. The truth will set you free, to seeking this truth here, to perhaps putting down to understand that what has hurt you in the past, this is in the past, because the Three Swords are here in the ground, can hurt you no more. But you're going to use actually this situation, before you take a leap now, to finally seek clarity on something that has been eluding you, is what I'm feeling. And this is why this frog is pausing with his hand, his not paw, his hand, his foot on the sword here. And that he is preserving his energy, because I feel, and I'm going to pull another card for you as the Emperor, there is something coming in that you're going to need a lot of energy for. And that's why I feel like you have this chimpanzee energy as well, because you've got this excitement and everything. And the Four of Swords is a wonderful energy, but it's also an energy of, don't forget to take time to do things that are emotionally fulfilling for you. Because you need that emotional fulfillment in your life. This frog, just like the frog, needs water. And if you are exhausting yourself and spending all your energy on other things, you're not going to give yourself enough time to focus on the last aspect of this healing. And it's just the last bit of it, I feel, because these Three Swords are sort of in the ground here, and you're very much about to take a leap forward. And the frog always represents a wonderful transition time for you. And I feel, because the Three Swords are in the ground here and they're here, and you've got this amazing bull elephant that's sort of come forward, I feel that there is a sense of remembering the past now. And I feel this is on both sides. There is a sense of remembering the past now with a humbleness, with a sense of understanding, and a sort of wishing to pay a homage to it, to be grateful for what has been. Now, I don't know whether this is your energy or another's energy around you, but this bull elephant has come in with, do you see, he's come bearing a gift here as well. And I feel that whether this is your energy or somebody else's energy, somebody is recognizing and coming in to pay their respects, to honor, to say, to understand what they are feeling about what has happened in the past. And that's a really interesting card for you. I'm going to pull one more actually for you from this. Thank you. Can you tell me one more card, please, for this, please, for Pisces? Yeah, it's the first step of, this is the Eight of Pentacles here with the growth. And so 8 is all about action, my darling. And this is the first sort of step of somebody putting in the work here, somebody making a change to a situation as well. Now, the goat here is just taking that first leap, that first step. And there's a bit of a path to follow, but they're doing it. And they are considering moving. Well, actually, they're on 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're about to jump onto this first step. So I feel I do feel this is somebody else's energy around you. that is coming in to say something that's going to create some form of healing and give you some form of truth before you take a leap forward, because you have a ton of amazing energy and you want to play with it, as I said, and you want to have fun with it, but there is an aspect still of something that's been eluding you, and I feel somebody is coming in to assist you with this. And as whoever has been involved in this Three of Swords with you, thank you, Spirit. And it's going to help you uncover your true feelings about this situation. Soul searching. It's time to go within and uncover your true feelings, because there's something that's been emotionally depleting you and you may not have recognized it. And it's necessary for you, for what you've got coming up ahead for you, and also to get answers to certain questions, because of whatever this person is going to demonstrate to you, within that demonstration, it's going to be the key to unlock certain answers that are going to come to you as well. It's awesome, almost like their words are the command for the key, unlocking a certain understanding and a certain release as well. Soul searching, number 44, to bring back to you, to increase, to expand your view of life in a very, very foundational, stable way as well. It's time to go within and uncover your true feelings, because there is something yet that you have not yet uncovered about this situation. Thank you, Spirit. One more, please. This is the affirmation deck, please, for Pisces. What wishes to come out? Peacefulness. I saw, and a heart. So this is obviously about love. This is your affirmation. And I love this. It's like the sort of gypsy caravan. And it talks about things always being on a journey and being on a little bit of an adventure. And home is where the heart is. And sacred sanctuary, the place that you're creating. This is you, your energy, the energy around you at this time. And doing everything from the heart, wholeheartedly approaching this. This journey that you're on, my darling. Peacefulness. I have a peaceful, tranquil, and untroubled heart. This is where I choose to spend my time. I can bring guests, but any person, thought, or event that brings drama or chaos is not invited. My heart is a special property, and I'm going to keep it that way so we can all keep enjoying it, and I can get my security deposit back. Isn't that sweet? That's rather lovely. And your heart is, you know, you've approached something with such courage, and courage is Latin, core, heart. And to approach something with courage is to do something wholeheartedly in the name of self-love. And to announce that, to be that, to say this is who you are. And, you know, you have an energy of welcoming for so many people, but you also now, within this space, have created boundaries for yourself. And but I feel that you do give an awful lot, and I feel that this energy, though, that's coming in is one of remembering and recognizing and honoring what was. And it's not that you are desiring, because you're off on an adventure, you're a different energy with this chimpanzee, but it's kind of like the final solution for you in answer to something that perhaps has been eluding you, and to set you free. The truth will set you free. So that is your reading, my darling. I trust that has helped those that have resonated with the reading. I look forward to doing another one for you next week. In the meantime, have the rest of a glorious weekend. Take care, my darlings. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Taurus, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly reading. I'm going to pull you one of the animal spirit guides first of all, to get an overriding message from Spirit for you. What have we got? We've got the mountain goat has come out. There's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to do to correct it. I feel that you may feel that life is a bit of an uphill struggle at the moment. I feel that you have adapted well to it, and that you are continuing to strive to move forward, to move through this, to get beyond where you are right now. But there is something, when it says it's out of balance, there's something you're doing too much of or too little of that the universe wants you to become aware of. The mountain goat is very nimble, very dexterous, very clever. It's always onwards, upwards. It says that you're very sure-footed in your approach, and you're very sure-footed in perhaps the guidance that you're giving yourself. But there's something that's just causing you to feel a little bit just out of balance, and perhaps making the journey harder than it needs to be for you in terms of where you are. Let's have a little look and see. I'm try not to catch my little Daxie's eyes, because otherwise she'll want my attention. Thank you, Spirit. So we've got the 6 of Cups has come out as one of the cards. We've got the 5 of Cups has come out. And let's pull one more card, please. Thank you, Spirit, for Taurus. And the Queen of Cups. Ooh, and the 9 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So all cups, my darling. This is all about your emotions and being in balance or out of balance about something. I feel, sorry, I was just taking a moment to look at these cards. So this is the overriding energy, the 9 of Cups. Whatever this situation is with regards love, it's a relationship that has many different levels to it for you. And where you are right now is very transformational, okay? This relationship is a fantastic transformational gift for you, however you want to receive that. There's a huge amount of happiness here, there's a huge amount of connection here, there's a huge amount of going with the flow, enjoying life. There is an approach perhaps to self-care, everything about it. There is so much there, and it's given a huge amount of joy. But the foundation of it, I feel, is a little aspect of, is this enough? Is this what I wanted? And that's what I'm picking up on this, that where you are now is asking you to question whether this is something that you truly do desire as the 9 of Cups, or whether you wish and desire for something more. So there's a bit of soul searching going on, because you've got this Queen of Cups energy. And I feel that you're beginning to step out of your comfort zone a little bit, and go rather deep on your feelings, and some of them are slightly surprising you in terms of the intuitive answers that you're receiving at this time, because you've got both the 6 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. And this is to say, this is the energy of this. And I think there is, you know, within this energy of this relationship, there are others as well. There may be children, there may be other, you know, just whatever it is, there are other energies around this. It may be stepchildren, there may be it may be a bigger family, but whatever it is a wonderful community. It's a sort of not a closely knit group, I'm getting, and everybody sort of looks to you. I feel everybody looks to you. There's a lot of attention on you, but it's in a very relaxed way. So there is a you kind of almost lead this energy. You're holding the space with this as well. And I feel this is the questions that's out of balance. Are you giving too much to this relationship and not really expecting anything back in return? Because that's what's out of balance in your life. And I feel that's where the resentment, or perhaps the pausing, where you're feeling something's not quite right, and you wish and desire for something more, it's not in effect the relationship itself, but it's the emotional barriers that you're putting up because you're feeling put upon. So it's something to resolve within yourself, my darling, because an equal give and take, because if you're digging deep on this, you're finding that there is feelings of resentment coming up within you. And why don't you receive the same attention and love that you are giving? So think about that, ponder on that, and don't feel guilty about not doing so much. Because if all of your energy and attention is what is keeping this together, then you're not creating the space or the void, the empty space for the universe and you to create something different. So you have to take a step back. You have to detach from it and start to consider about what you're doing because you're unconditionally doing, and what you're doing perhaps because you feel that you ought to, or what you're doing because you've always done it that way. And maybe start to say no a little bit. And don't get caught up in any of the drama of it. Just keep doing you, but recognize when you're doing it because perhaps it's a character trait that you have. We all have it, about wanting to please in order to be loved. And that never works out very well, does it? So you are amazing. Everybody loves you, and everybody's looking at you, and everybody has, you know, the kind of, you're there, you're kind of leading it. And I love to have the sea otter as a Six of Cups, because it's a beautiful, loving, committed connection. But everybody responds or reacts to love in different ways, and everybody can only give so much or do so much. And everybody shows how they do love in different ways as well. So perhaps also you are receiving love but in different forms in terms of how you express it. Because there is this Two of Cups here, and it's still there. The connection is still there. So that's the message from these cards for you. Let's have a look to see what the Guiding Light Oracle has to say. Onward and upward, let go of the past so you can be present and create the future that you desire. So this is about coming back into balance, about what, you know, as I've talked about what you're giving and what you're receiving, and perhaps understanding what you are receiving, but it's maybe in a different form that you feel. It's about letting go of the past hurts and frustrations, and understanding that actually all of it has been an extraordinary teacher for you to actually work out how what your default position is in love, what your reactionary position is in love, what your response is to that, how you're going to shift and change accordingly in order to receive love but also give it. So let go of the past so you can be present and enjoy this moment, my darling, and create the future that you desire. So suddenly, rather than ignoring this Two of Cups, you see the transformational power this relationship has. It's taught both of you so much, and it is something that is very connected. The butterfly is on both these cups. It's not just you who is going to make a big transformation. It is the other in this as well. So that is beautiful. And then your affirmation card, thank you for Taurus. Oh my goodness. Courage. Of course it's courage. Of course it's courage. It takes great bravery to do something completely different. It takes great bravery to come out of your comfort zone, your space, and do something that you don't know what's there. It's the unknown, and it could seem like a huge scary thing to do. Courage comes from Latin, cor, heart. The original meaning of courage is to do something wholeheartedly, to express who you are wholeheartedly, being vulnerable. And that is an extraordinary thing to do. So I'm so sorry, bear with me. Sorry about that. Now, the other thing it says here, no one is fearless. No one. But even though I'm not fearless, I am courageous. When fear shows up, I don't run away from it. I use my courage to conquer it. My courage allows me to walk right up to that fear and kick it in the nuts, then quickly hide behind someone bigger until it goes away. So, what's also happening here with this little mouse, to say you don't need to be big and scary yourself. You don't need to roar. You don't need to be that scary thing. You can be the mouse. You can be the mouse that says things in a quiet voice. And be curious. Be curious about what would happen if. It's the not what if, it's the, oh, what if that happens? So it's allowing a change to happen within this relationship, but you are leading by example, because I get the sense here, you do lead by example, my darling. And you're very, very, very looked up to. So there we are. I trust and hope that this has helped you. If you resonated with this reading, I look forward to doing another one for you next week. In the meantime, have the rest of a beautiful weekend, my darling. Take care. Lots of Sagittarius, hello my darlings, welcome to your weekly reading. We are going to pull you an animal spirit guide to start off with for this reading, and then we will move into a little bit of tarot, and then an oracle, and then your affirmation. Thank you. What has wished to come out for you? Ooh, Sagittarius, you've got the Roadrunner. You've got the Roadrunner has come out. Keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. Do you know, when we find, okay, so when we laugh, when we have a sense of humor about things, it is the fastest, surest way of raising our vibration, our lifting our energy, and that has magical effects. That has a wonderful cause and effect, a corresponding consequence within it when we do that. When we don't take life too seriously, we are also detaching from the ego aspect of us, which always takes life very, very, very seriously and very, very personally. So whatever has happened that is perhaps you are looking at with an energy of sort of hurt or disapproval, just know, let it go, let it pass, just pass it by. It's really got nothing to do with you. It's all to do with, and if it's something that, as I said, you know, Spirit's asking you to kind of raise your eyebrow at, it is obviously something that has caught you unawares, and maybe somebody said something to you or done something. Just know it's a reflection of where that person is. It's really nothing to do with you, my darling, and it's only the ego that's offended. It's only the ego offended. So run on by. Just this too shall pass. Gone. It's gone. It's a moment. Would it make you feel, would you be upset this time next year, this time in 2 years, this time in 3 years? No. So just let it go. Let it go as a moment. Keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. So let's see what else Spirit wishes to say for you for this. Because I feel with the Roadrunner, you're very intent. You know, this is a fast energy. It's the fastest energy. It's a vroom. And so I feel you're very intent on not wanting to be distracted. Oh, my dog's going to bark. Bear with me. Sorry about that. You're very intent on something. You've got a destination you're feeling, you know, a sense of something you're working towards. And your energy and all that movement is heading in that direction. And that's what you do best as a Sagittarius, when you're fueled by faith, when you're fueled by desire, and it's moving you forward to something. So don't be distracted by this. Just see it as, oh, is this just a little moment in my life where I'm being shown that actually I don't react to things so much as I used to, because now I understand things better? Oh, have I just passed that test? Don't take it too seriously. See it as a little bit of a momentary little test or exam that the universe was showing you how fast, and just keep that energy moving forward. So, because you're certainly on that path You're on that path. This is the road runner. You're on that path. Let's see what else Spirit wants to say to you. Oh my goodness. Judgment has wanted to come out. The Empress and the Eight of Wands. Well, goodness me. And the Chariot. Wow. Okay. Energy. There is so much power-full energy around you at this time. You've got the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, the overriding energy. You have, and I'm going to say this, but it's a sort of in a positive way. You have a killer instinct at the moment. You are so tuned in and tapped on to what you are focusing on. And there is a beautiful energy at this time. There are others around you, okay? I feel this here with these two. It's the first time I've noticed it. I feel these two there as well. I'm so sorry. That's my Siri talking to me. I'm just going to turn that off. That's so funny. You're very connected. And I feel that there is within you, because you're the road runner and there's this Chariot as well, a huge sense of progression. There's a huge sense of advancement in something, whether this is a relationship, a plan, a desire, whatever it is. And there is balance. You have an extraordinary balanced perspective, balanced movement, the divine masculine and feminine within you. You're following through on your inspired ideas. Beautiful, beautiful energy, my darling. And it's emotionally really fulfilling for you. This is an aspect of the meaningful purpose in your life. So that's the overriding energy. Alongside of that, you have the Judgment card has come out as the first card. So this is a sort of a big moment for you. It's kind of where there's an alignment within you about what you thought you wanted to now what you do want. What is now authentic for you. There's a sense of clarity. It's that big pivotal moment in your life where the decisions you're making now have long-lasting effects for you as well. And because you've got all these gifts here, do you see, this is to say that there are so many within this non-judgment of the situation as well, within this clarity that you're receiving, within this new awareness that you're receiving, there are many gifts, many manifestations, many surprises and delights that are ready for you to unwrap. And it's all part of your authentic life path, life purpose at this time. And there's going to be a little bit of a spiritual fanfare to it. You can see the bells on the reindeer there. There's a little bit of a sort of notice that you're going to get that these are coming in. So whether you started to receive early signs of where you are with the advancement of, you know, of your desire, take a moment to think about what those early signs are, because we know when the reindeer are coming because we can hear the bells. So this is a reward for you. This is gifts for you because of who you are, keeping your sense of humor, not taking it too seriously, enjoying the journey, being intent on your beautiful, unwavering faith and determination and desire, all of it, not being distracted by other energies. And so therefore, of course, you're like this arrow of desire, and because it is a pure intent, and I can feel it's a beautiful energy, and because you're so good at, you've got this killer instinct about things, you're not afraid to kind of make exerted effort, but in the right way. So much is coming in for you now. You're non-resistant life force energy. And of course you are, my darling, but you're the Empress. Now, what's happening with this Empress card as well is this is the card of the beginnings of your manifestations coming in. So again, look for the signs, because Spirit have been ringing the bell to say these are the signs for what is coming in. Okay, this is an amazing time for you. And generally these cattle tend to be in a herd. So whether you have other wonderful soul tribe, soul sisters, soul friends, whatever it is around you, it's girl power. Okay, it's that amalgamation of beautiful energy. Spirit is saying in your excitement and exuberance and determination, everything, just know that this is the beginnings of it, and that everything acknowledge everything you already have, the grass here, acknowledge everything, acknowledge all of the advancements that you've made so far, and continue to be in a receiving mode, be ready to receive, because whoop, there they are. But also to continue to be in a peaceful state. I'm looking at a pigeon up there, a beautiful dove pigeon. Continue to be in a peaceful state. She's lying on the ground, of a blissful state of anticipation of more to come, but not in a big dramatic way. It's sort of just small things. These are all these wonderful gifts coming in. So just know that it's a constant kind of coming towards you. All of the seeds have been planted for you, my darling. And you, Eight of Wands with the horse, keep making those wonderful, joyful, spontaneous movements forward. Move when you want to move, slow down when you want to slow down, harness that spiritual power within you. Keep understanding the energy, and where you're giving your attention is where the energy is flowing at this time, this beautiful, free flowing energy. And make those decisions because that energy is almost now created a snowball effect in itself, and you're sort of almost now following that energy. That's what I'm feeling with these cards. So where attention goes, energy flows. So don't take life too seriously. Don't be distracted by little noises and things happening on the side. You've got something here with the Judgment card and the Empress card as well. You've got something to do, my darling, and you don't need to be distracted by it. It's just, this is just a small thing that's happened. Thank you, Spirit. Guiding Light Oracle, thank you for Sagittarius. What wishes to come out? Too many cards. One card, please. I did see expansion. I did see soul contract. There we go. We have got vibrational match. You are sending out new signals that are bringing forward positive new experiences. So this is this Judgment card. And alongside of that, align with your wholeness. You are not your illness, symptoms, or habits. You are the person. You, the person, are always whole and perfect. This is why it's just a reminder to ignore this, that if you have a tendency to react to this, it is, and it's seeming a little distracting, it's because it's foreign to you now. You've moved past that. You don't react in the same way that you did. This was just a little test just to see. Ooh, and I feel that you know this as well, because it does seem that you're questioning your reaction to something that before you would have reacted big time, and now you're sort of going, well, no, actually, I kind of, it's to show you how far you've come. It's to show you that you've aligned with this wholeness. Let's pull an affirmation card for you to round this up. Thank you for Sagittarius. Affirmation for Saggies is inspiration. Look at this. Inspiration. There is a voice of inspiration within me. Right now, it's only a whisper, but the more I listen, the louder it gets. Soon, it will be a flawless speech voiced by James Earl Jones through a megaphone with lots of applause. Wow. So the beginnings of an idea, the beginnings of a manifestations of an idea, something that's driving you forward, something that is to do, well, look at this, a voice of inspiration and voiced by and megaphone and lots of applause. I feel that you're working towards, the voice of inspiration says that you're very powerful with the words that you use to inspire, things that inspire. To inspire is to breathe in aspiration, to have aspirations about something. All of it comes from non-resistant life force energy within us. We were created to create, and you're in tune with that creation at the moment. So keep in alignment with that. Keep that soul's purpose in mind on your road runner chariot. I mean, goodness me, so much amazing energy around you right now. Keep that voice in your head, not the other voice in your head that's asking you to be distracted by something at this time. and keep your sense of humor, which is so wonderful. So what I was saying was, with this voice of inspiration, Spirit is showing you the beginnings of this, the beginnings of whatever you're doing, using your inspired ideas, your voice. But I feel, my darling, that you are practicing a skill, you are practicing, you're developing something, you're encouraging its growth, you're taking thoughts that matter. Okay, thoughts that matter. Matter is Latin for mother, nurturing, growth thoughts, all of it. You're taking thoughts that matter, and through this movement you're doing, through this amazing kind of desire and approach and everything you're doing with your life right now, you are developing, you are very disciplined, and you are developing. It's like a constant further expansion of what you're doing. You're developing a skill, you're developing an expertise at it, and you, my darling, are going to end up on stage through a megaphone with lots of applause, whether that is the World Wide Web stage, a physical stage, through a book, through whatever it is, the TV. You're going to end up showcasing this, and people are going to hear it, they're going to receive it, because there's going to be applause. So there you are. Don't get distracted. Okay, don't get distracted is your big message, my darling. So much love to you. I trust that those that have resonated with this reading, it has helped them. I look forward to doing another reading for you next week. In the meantime, have the rest of a beautiful week. Take care, my darlings. Lots of love. Bye bye.